So if you live in the area of Earth, then chances are you're locked up in your room right now. Now, of course, we all know why we're doing this, but for some reason, YouTube doesn't like us talking about it. A quick side note before I continue with the video here. Does anybody know why that is? Because I'm at a loss. I really don't know why we would be prevented from talking about a global situation. But anyways, we'll move on with the actual video. Now that we're all locked up in our rooms, like we're being grounded, a ton of YouTubers have been making videos about stuff to do while in quarantine. And I wanted to do something along those lines. But I wanted to make it a little bit different. See, a lot of the other videos that I've personally seen are just how to kill time until this whole thing is over, which is very good. It's very important so that you stay sane and don't go stir crazy. But with that being said, I wanted to make a video as to how you can take advantage of the whole situation. Now, the first thing is something that if you follow me on Instagram, I mentioned a couple times, but chances are most of us have already forgotten. Our New Year's resolution. Chances are, by this point, most people have completely forgotten they even made it. So now that we're in quarantine, that's actually the perfect time to try to do it. Now, granted, this kind of depends on what your New Year's resolution was. If your New Year's resolution was to see the wonders of the world or just be more physically social, maybe postpone it. Don't give up on it, but obviously now is not the time to try to pursue those kinds of things. But with that being said, most New Year's resolutions, at least the ones that I've personally seen, can be done from home. Even some of the ones you might not necessarily think can be done from home. Let's take the most common one, for example. More exercise. Look, I'm going to be real with you guys here for a second. The quarantine is not a reason for you not to be exercising. And I know it's very easy for a lot of us to be, oh, well, I can't go to the gym because of the quarantine. And that's understandable. It's very easy to give into the temptation of self-justifying not exercising because of the current situation. But I'm here to hopefully keep you from giving into that temptation by reminding you that you still have so many options to exercise, even in this kind of situation. Take hiking, for instance. The reason that a lot of activities are canceled is because there are a large culmination of people that gather to do these activities. So activities like hiking are not a problem. You can very much go hiking. Just make sure you take proper precautions, like telling somebody where you're going and how long it's going to take you to get back so that they know whether to send out a search team. And if you follow the basic safety precautions, you might even be able to bring a friend. If it's somebody that you are currently already living with anyways, it shouldn't be a problem because you're already living with them. But if it's like a friend, then just make sure you maintain a safe distance apart and you should be able to go on the hike. Just, again, make sure you bring the proper safety supplies, make sure you let somebody know where you're going, and then you should be able to go on the hike. And of course, if you're not a big fan of hikes, that's okay. There's still several more options you can do. There's dancing, there's bodyweight workouts, there's yoga, there's isometric workouts, there's tai chi, all of which don't require much, if any, equipment to do, and that's only a couple of examples. So when it comes to your New Year's resolution, I want you to really ask yourself, can I really not do my New Year's resolution because of the situation, or is it just a reason I'm giving myself to not do it? Second thing, family. Now, of course, I'm not recommending that you go drive to Meemaw's house and risk getting her sick, but what I am saying that if you're already locked up with your family, maybe it's a good idea to try to do some family bonding. I mean, you're stuck together anyways, you might as well try to bond, and this is a good opportunity to do it, because I mean, let's be real here. You don't have anywhere to be, obviously. To encourage everybody to participate, maybe do something like, okay, while we're here, everybody gets to choose one family activity. That way, at the very least, they'll be encouraged to try to participate. Now, I don't know how well that's going to work, but you can try it. I mean, for you gamers, see if you can talk your family into doing a party game. Those are usually fun. Maybe watch a movie together or cook together. The list of things you guys can do together, like the previous list, is a long one, so maybe think about it. Alright, next let's talk about some money. That cheddar cheese, that bread, those smackers, those clams. I'm gonna stop before the one person watching this unsubscribes. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is that, as you likely know, the stock market it ain't doing great right now due to the whole global situation we got going on. But from an investor's point of view, that might not be the worst thing in the world. See, generally when you're investing, what you want to do is buy when they're low and sell when they're high. And the whole market is probably not going to get much lower than this anytime soon. So if you were looking into investing, now would probably be a good time to do it. Now, with that said, it's not as simple as making it sound. You need to do research. You're probably going to want to find somebody who can help you out with this and actually knows what the heck they're talking about, because it's not a get-rich-quick scheme either. So it is an investment of time as well as actual money. But if you're willing to put in that time and money, now would be a great time to actually try to invest. And if you get a lot of money out of it in the future and you want to thank me by sending me a really nice car or my own private jet or maybe a boat or maybe a lifetime supply of nachos, you can. You don't have to, just throwing it out there. Now, while we wait for what I hope will be a boat named the SS Introspection, let's talk about the next thing. It kind of connects to the whole New Year's thing that I started with at the beginning of the video, and that's just general things that you probably wanted to do. Most people, or at least in my experience, have a lot of stuff that is really difficult to do because of how crazy their life is. But now might be a good time to actually try to do those things. A lot of people want to write a book, they want to learn how to draw, they want to learn how to cook. I could go on and on with these kinds of things. So what I suggest you do is actually sit down and write them down, because it's really easy to forget when you have free time, or at least it is for me. I don't know why. It's very weird. So try to write them down, and that way you actually have a list of things that you can get done while you're cooped up and unable to go anywhere. Well, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any other ideas of what we can do to occupy ourselves during this time, please leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button. I post every other week. And until then, hear nothing and listen to all. Bye, guys.